Okay, here we go. It's Wednesday, June 26th, 7:09, and we're getting our trade on. So today I'm going to go up to 3 contracts. I'm going to scale up by 1 today. I have everything already preset here. All my trades. I may need to make a little bit of adjustment here. But then again, maybe not. So let's see. So we got 3. We're doing a 3-6-3. 15 wide butterfly. I'm going to do a put trade. Let's go ahead and let's say create duplicate order. Okay. So we can get in there. So I'm doing it on the put side today. And there goes that. So we're in at 445. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to lock this in at 445 so I can track it. 445. Okay, so there we go. So we're on. We're off and running, and then I have my tilt trades here ready to go if I need them, which is they're a day out. So the butterfly is a 0 DTE trade, options that expire today, and these tilt trades I'm going to use for management, which is sort of a new thing for me here. They're ready to go, and then I have 2 fire extinguishers, and the fire extinguishers are just naked calls and puts, 0 DTE naked calls and puts at around the $80 level. Just in case there's like a quick move, or I can't decide what to do. I want to buy myself some time to, not stress out and think clearly. And so these are all waiting in the wings here for me if I need them. But I'm going to try to see if I can, like yesterday, we just only had the 1 butterfly on, nothing else, no adjustments, nothing else. And hopefully we can do that today, I'm hoping. So our profit target on this is there's $50 profit per contract. And since we have 3, I'm going to go ahead and set my automatic exit order. So I'm going to say analyze opposite trade. And then I just need to figure out, so we're going to bring in 150 today. That's our goal. And so to do that, we need to sell these 3 butterflies out at $4.95. So I'm going to set that out there to work. Check it. Okay, there it is working. That's our automatic exit order. So there we go. So now I'm just going to manage this thing. Just sit here and watch it. Sip some coffee. And if we get into trouble to the downside, we're going to put on, I guess we can go to 2 probably is the right one to do, since we're at 3 contracts now. So you can just keep adding as many as you want to get this tilting the degree you want. But I think that's too much. Maybe it all depends on the move too, and we can scale into these if there's a continued move up or down. So I think I'll probably start with 2 on those. So that's it. We're off and running. I'm going to check back in about 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see where this thing is at, and we'll go from there. Okay, all right. From this point forward, it's this is where all the audio got jammed up. We lost all the audio. You can see. You can't even hear it now. There's audio. But like from this point on, from that first segment on, no audio. And I'm supposed to be the video expert. All right, so this is going to be a real quick one then. So we have our first section, which you just watched. All right, from this point forward, the mic just cut out, and no more of my deep explanations and wonderful conversations. I don't know what happened. The mic just totally. You can see right here, there's sound during that first segment, but then as soon as the second segment starts, all the way to the end, there's nothing. So I'm just going to scroll through this real quick and just kind of do a recap, like the director's cut. So after that trade got put on, let's see, it moved down. It moved down a bit, and we put on our first slanted tilt trade, which is right in here. Oh, no, not yet. You can see there's no slanted tilt trade yet.
Let's see, where do we put that thing on at? Oh, the thing that's really annoying is that we basically got up to our profit target. Look at there. So there we are at 150. We were sitting at our profit target, but I had the order working, but it just didn't get filled. It didn't get hit for it was like 30 minutes. Super slow. I've never seen it so sluggish, so sloth-like. We got sloth slapped today. Just the theta. It was like kind of like a Fed day. The theta was just coming out super slow, or not coming out at all. It was just hanging there. So coming up here is the first adjustment. So there's the first adjustment we made. You can see we started to go outside the 10th a little bit to the downside. So I put on one of the put TLT, the tilt trade, the adjustment, where we just kind of tweaked the whole thing, tilted it to the downside, and it moved around out there. Then it came back in, so I took them off. Came back into the tent. I took the tilt trades off, and we went back to the basic butterfly. And then once again, from this point forward, we got really close. If I remember right, we got really close to hitting our profit target. You can see we're up at like $80 there. $100 something. Oh, here's where I'm saying, what's going on? Is there some sort of news event everybody's waiting on? Because this, again, the theta wasn't coming out. We had our working order out there working. We had it at 295, I think, at one point, and then 530. It was bouncing all over the place. But it never got filled, never got hit. But up here you can see we're getting close to it, and we were at it and beyond it for a while. I think we went up to like there were times when we were up to like 180-ish. Like there, look at that. So 67, 84. In a normal market, those should totally have been filled. I don't know what the deal was today. It was weird. Weird one. Sloth day. Like National Sloth Day. So anyway, we kept moving to the top, and the top got threatened, so I put on some trades to the top there. The tilt trades. You can see we're nicely tilted. That's a nice slant, but you can see we're down now, 216. So you see we're down at 200 there. And then we just kind of let it sit there for a bit. Underwater there. We had scaled up today, so this is $150 profit target. So ideally I want to get out at 1 to 2 times the profit target. So 1 times profit target on this trade would be 150. 2 times would be 300, right? Yeah, 150 times 2. So we came back into the middle. Eventually, we moved back into the center of the tent. It was all manageable, but it was just the whole theta was coming out super, super slow out of this. It was weird. I don't know what the deal was. So then eventually we got back into the middle again. I started to peel those off. I think we had like 4 or 5 of the tilt trades on, and I started to peel them off as we got back into the center of the tent. And we're back to break even again. And then eventually let's just get out at where we're at. We were about 150 to 200 at the time. No, wait, we were at around 200. We were down around 200 at the time, and I said, let's just bail and get out of this whole thing. So I got out by taking the tilts off, took those off, which left us with a normal butterfly, and then I took 2 butterflies off. There's a total of 3. I took 2 off, with the thought being that I could just keep the 1 on and try to see if I could squeeze out any more profit to get more towards break even on it. But from that point forward, you can see, well, here we are with 1 left, and I'm just trying to strangle that thing up. So at this point, I have a tilt on, and I also have a naked call or 2 on. We're down to 255. I'm just trying to kind of strangle this price up into as high as I can get. I was looking for a $150 loss on this, trying to reach that. But once we got around 200, 250, like right about here, I think it was $250 or so, I said I'm just going to take the thing off because who knows what's going to happen by the end. At the end of the day, this is with about an hour and a half left, and with those recent big moves, and we got a big move today. I just decided to get out, take my lumps, take my loss, stick a fork in it, and so I eventually got out of this at 275. Wound up with a $275 loss on this. So that's just under 2 times. I was hoping to get 150 or less or break even, but no dice. I'm not lucky today. This is not my lucky day. This is like a Three Stooges day, I feel like. Especially when you look at the chart, the SPX was just sitting there all day, just like sitting, barely moving. It was just that theta issue. The theta wasn't coming out. And if I have to go back and do a debriefing, on this trade, some of the things I'm thinking about doing are, if I get into a position, because there was like a period of about half hour there when we should have gotten filled. It was showing the price. It was bouncy, but it was like going up to 180, and our profit target was 150. And just having done this so many times before, in a regular trading day, those totally should have gotten filled, and they didn't for some reason. And it was just really slowed. That theta was really slow coming out of them. So if that were to happen again, I think maybe put a time stop, like a time limit on it. Like, say I'm in the trade for an hour, and if I start to feel like there's something like that again, because I had gotten up to, the position was up to like 100, really close to 100. It was showing 150, 130, 140, 150. So it was right there at the profit target. But it just didn't get filled. I had a working order, and I even reset that working order a couple times. Like I canceled it and then reset it, hoping that may, maybe trigger it, but it didn't. So my thought is, if this happens again, some type of situation where it seems weird, maybe just get out, take my profit like at an hour time stop, like create an optionable time stop on the trade. I can get out at say an hour. Or I can peel off. So I had 3 contracts on today. Another idea would be I could peel off 2 of them, leave 1 on, and just see what happens from there. But just so I reduce my risk way down and I capture most of the profit. And then I can, like for example, instead of a $50 profit target per contract, at that point change it to like $40. See if I can get $40 for each of them on 2 of them, close those out, and then just leave 1 on. And see if I can get 50 or see if I can get 60 or 70 to try to make up for the loss on the other one. But at that point, I only have 1 butterfly on, so my risk is way down, really reduced from the 3 contract version. And there was another so the other thing is I may have been over trading with that new darn fangled tilt trade. It's like a Christmas present. I was excited to use it. It was like a new thing, a new toy. I was super excited to use it. I may have overused it. I'm not exactly sure, but I sort of got the feeling that throughout the whole process that I could have been over trading that. That's very possible. So I take the full responsibility for this one. This was one of those days. It's just one of those days. And I feel like an idiot actually, because if you look at the chart, if you were trading today, it was just stagnant. And at the end of the day, I lost. Come on, what the heck? But again, we were right there we were right at our profit target for like 30 minutes, and it didn't get triggered. And then it began to move again. And from that point forward, it was all pretty much downhill. So that's it. I'm going to go do a Google search for the closest bridge. Let me see. I can probably do that right here. Let's say, where is the closest bridge I can jump off of? Oh yeah. I guess that's AI. They know. Where's the closest bridge I can jump off? Oh, bridge. What? I'm really sorry that you're feeling like this, but I can't assist with that. Please consider reaching out to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional. Well, that's good. There is a bridge down here. It's that famous Pasadena Bridge. It's like a really old bridge. That's not it. Where is it? Anyway, so much for that. So much for that joke landing. That was inappropriate anyway. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. All right, so that's it for this one. Took a loss. Not good. Feel like an idiot. Three Stooges. It's a Three Stooges day.
Why you? Oh, a wise guy. Oh! 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 Oh!
But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So let's look at our Excel sheet real quick. I had filled this out on video too, but the recording didn't stick for some reason. You can't hear my voice. So here is today, June 26th. This is the day we scaled up to 3 contracts. Wouldn't you know it? The day we scale up to 3 is the day I get problems. 15 white as always. So the loser today was 275. Again, the profit target on this was 150, and my ideal stop loss is 150, 1 to 1, and at worst 2 to 1. So I'm willing to lose up to 300 to make 150, but I would prefer a smaller amount. If the trade is just not working, I just want to get the heck out. Get the F out. That's my favorite strategy. So if I put this number in here, here's our totals now. So this is the win column. This is the loss column. Come down here and add it all up. We have, ever since we started ever since we started trading this with real money on May 2nd-ish, right around there, we made 1865 on this with 1 and 2 contracts. We're starting with 1 contract, scaling up to 2, and then today, first day, we scaled up to 3. So we've made a total of 1865 in profits. With today's loss, we have minus 590. So when we take these together, we subtract the losers from the wins. We wind up with a profit of a total profit of 1,275. And that's 1,275. This is on a total risk of, well, a starting risk of 1 contract is about between 600 and 800. These butterflies they change a lot, so they're not as static as the credit spreads we were doing. Like with the credit spreads, I could always rely on the risk being about the same amount. This one, the price changes. So let's just say 800 per 1 contract. It's more like, well, it depends on the trade, and then if it depends on if you put adjustments on and all that, it starts to add up. But with a single trade, it's usually around, like, at the most $400, $500. So let's just say let's say $600 equals 1. So this is a 1275 return on initial $600. If we look at it like that, we've made 1275 on a risk of 600. So we've made 212%, which isn't too bad. Let's be more conservative and say, because again, every time you put an adjustment on one of these butterflies, or you add a snow tire, or you tweak it, it's going to change. It's going to increase the risk amount for that particular trade. So let's say that it was, 800. 800 is the usual risk on one of these trades. Let's just say that. So in this case, we would made 1275 divided by 800, 159%, which is still good. Let's just say 1,000 even. Let's just say a total profit of 1275 on an average starting risk of 1,000 bucks. That's 127%. So still, it's really doing well. It's just one of those days where things just kind of run off the rails. So that's where we wind up for today. So we took a loss. And the other thing with this is that this whole YouTube channel, this whole idea from the YouTube channel I had is to experiment like this, use real money trades, and then experimenting with different types of strategies and adjustments and all that. But I'd like to make it interactive or more interactive. I'm trying to figure out a way to do that, maybe creating like some sort of community or something. If you're interested in that, let me know or put it in the comments below. I'd just like to get some feedback because this is definitely helping me, but hopefully it's helpful to traders out there as well. And again, I'm also looking for feedback, like if you have some ideas on how you may have adjusted this, or how you would have dealt with trades I'm doing, or ideas of different strategies, ideas of different adjustments, comments or thoughts on how I managed a trade and how you may have managed differently, all that. Just feel free to put them in the comments. Just rip me a new one. I'm asking for it. Don't worry about offending me. I'd love to hear your input and your feedback. So feel free to put that in the comments below. And if I can try to figure out a way to get some sort of a community together, if there's anyone interested in that, some sort of a community together where we can actually go back and forth, exchange ideas, discuss stuff, let me know. put that in the comments, and maybe I'll try to figure out how we can get that going as well. All right, so that's it for this one. If you'd like to follow me on this particular strategy that I'm doing, or any of the other trades I'm doing, just make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to join me on my website. Go over to my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Head on over there, sign up for my free email newsletter, and as soon as you sign up for that, you'll get a welcome email sent to you. Just reply back to that welcome email, introduce yourself, say, hey, what's up? I'll get back to you, and we'll go from there. All right, that's it for this one. See you tomorrow.